world's gone crazy. No ifs, and buts, or maybe. The world's gone crazy.
This world's gone crazy. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. This world's gone crazy. If you don't believe me, then relieve me of these beliefs whereby you receive me for understanding to perceive me. For beginners, you got a sharp tongue. That's really a dog one.
Okay, now we're going to keep going. Do you like the way I end? Do you like the way I continue? He had his look on his face like, oh, the apostle never stay in order. Don't he look like that? Why he don't stay in order? I can't stay in order, man. I'm sorry. You know, I've had to break every order there is, you know. Yes, a little short person. Let's go. Say it again.
Ahezaah owns the prophets own us.
Speak up.
Ahezaah owns the prophets own us.
Could y'all go by that camera so the camera can pick up your voice? Because I want everybody to hear you.
If Ahezaah owns the prophets
See it, L.
If Ahezaah owns the prophets, do the prophets own us?
Okay, you can sit back down. I should show you how short she is. That's my girl. No, the prophets don't own us. Ahezaah owns everything. It's the owner of everything. Now, what Ahezaah does, which disturbs some people, is that it creates laws and orders for those that are companion with the prophets, just like it creates laws and orders for the prophets. And those who are with the prophet, those who hear the voice of the prophet, those who hear the message of the prophet, by the law and order of Ahezaah, if they turn away from it, they become cursed. And they will come to know a certain form of damnation if they don't turn back to Ahezaah at the throne of judgment. But for people like you who was born in this way, if you turn away, then you're going to find hardship, a great deal of hardship that might be doubled or tripled more than what other people may find. Because Ahezaah has locked you into this contract. And that's what has happened to many people that has come and gone away from this community thinking that they know better or they don't like the way it rolls here, so to speak. You know, they're not getting anywhere by staying away because by the law, Ahezaah is not going to feed them what they need. So it might appear to you as a young person that I might have control over the older people. You feel like that sometimes? And are you afraid that I might have control over you when you get older? Yeah? Well, when you get older, if you have some good sense, you might be glad that that control is there. You know? Because the older parents, they should answer the question for you as to why they do what they do, why they stick with me, why they go away and come back, why they want to go and they can't leave, and things of that nature. Because once you become responsible and you go to run away, you see the signs. You be like, oh, shucks, I better go back. Because I got some aggravating people around my life where I would say, oh, you want to leave? Go! And they don't go. They say, if I leave, I see the signs, things be happening, and I got to go back. So it's not me having control over them. It's that Allah has demanded that they serve it with me. They're supposed to be helpers of mine, you know? But I'm sorry if you feel like I have control over your mom and your daddy, and it seems like I spank them sometimes. You be like, my daddy's a man's man. And I see him eat a man's man sandwich before. When the Holy-Apostle come around, he turned into a little boy. What's going on? Yes.
They say Ahezaah is the doer of everything.
It sure is.
But they also say it's written in the Quran that the good that you do is from it, and the bad that you do is from yourself. How can you own the bad if it's not yours?
Oh, that one being out of order, disobedient to the commandments of the Lord El. Anything that befall you of evil, it's from you because I easily call you through for the voice of the soul, and you turn away, like Allah says in the Quran. I easily call you, the devil call you. But we go to become advocates of the devil and go with that, and then when things happen to us, oh Allah, no, Allah called you, turned away, an aversion, turned back, walked away. So that come on you, the chastisement, whatever come on, is due us because of our turning away from the call.
It sounds hypocritical, don't it? It sounds not hypocritical, but contradictory, don't it?
Yes.
The good that comes from, all the good you do is from Allah, and all the bad you do is from yourself. But who said that? Didn't Prophet Muhammad say that?
Right.
Huh? And Prophet Muhammad also indicated that Allah is the all too, right?
Right.
It's the reality of everything, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it is yourself. It's a matter of your understanding. Huh? But what Ahezaah does, it creates see, here's the whole thing. Do you want life or not?
Life.
Okay. If you want life, then you must be of life. Now, you're not real, so in order for you to be of life, it has to make you believe you are real. It has to make you see what the real is all about in some forms of fashion. You understand? So, it gives you life. See, that, like I said, there's nothing to inhibit Ahezaah, nothing to contend with it, nothing to stop it. It does whatever it wills. It gives you life in this world, and it makes the negative be of you. The reflection, the illusion, because you're on this side of El, what we talked about before. And all the good, which it is good, all the power is from it. You see? Now, and it's giving to you, if it gives you, if it allows you to have or gives you a negative thought through other forces that it creates to be of you, such as your devil, and you submit to that devil, then in that way, you are charged for that evil. But if you follow its course, if you look for that that window of opportunity that comes where you can say, oh, there you go. Oh, Lord, please, 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 take me. Then you be thinking that you was created on the right side of it. That's why Allah talk about the right side of it and the left side of it. There are three kinds of people. Those who are on the right, those who are on the left, and those that are nearest to it. You know? You want to become one that is what? On the right or the left or nearest?
Nearest.
That's the best way to be. You know? But some people they're content with being on the right or thinking they're on the right. And they only deal with materialized things. They don't want to go and deal with the real. They only want to deal with the materialized things. You know? I remember once Ahezaah said to me, I could make you rich right now and you'll lose your family. From the path. That was the key word. From the path of the way to me. And I said, hey, I don't want one soul to be lost from the path to you, especially my family members, so let me stay poor. You know? And I truly believe that I could have the riches that it was talking to me about, but I may have had many more problems because of me wanting to choose things in this world. Now, I had problems with my daughters and my sons, right? Say it out loud. Yes. But I don't think they're as much problematic as what I would have had with those things. There's responsibilities that come with riches. You know, you think about it, people. Think about being rich. Think about if you was rich right now, if you had $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, what would you do? See all them evil thoughts coming in your head already? There's a lot of evil thoughts coming in your head, ain't it? Huh? And you think about what you do. How many niggas would you cut off? That's the first thing. I cut these niggas off. I be gone. They would have a half a phone number. I know that nigga got to be in the Bahamas somewhere because this first part of the phone number is in the Bahamas. You know? But there's responsibilities that come with everything.
Ahezaah is the Lord of the throne for humanity, right? And I know El is the definite article or the creator of Ahezaah. So does that give El rank over Ahezaah?
Okay. I was waiting for somebody to ask that question. In reality, El is Ahezaah. Ahezaah is El. What you see on the throne, the Lord of the throne, you see an image of El that we call Ahezaah, that we call Allaah, that we call Amen, that we call Osiris, that we call a lot of things. That's an image. When it says man was created in the image of the Lord, people relate to that as we are the image. But it is an image as well. We are created in that image. That's us. You see? Now, I asked the angels, I asked Gabriel and I asked others about Allah being on that throne. And that's when they told me, they said, we don't know what it is. The angels. They said, we don't know what it is. All we know is that it is. And it always was. And when it dispersed, the seraphim, and I hadn't even thought of that, you know, when it dispersed, the seraphim, in other words, when it undressed itself, it's unseen. Where it would appear that it wouldn't be there on the throne, it's still there. They say it's still there. They feel it everywhere. They know it to be everywhere. You see? And that's El. Now, what Allah had told Muhammad to tell the Hebrews and the Jews and the Christians and the people of the Arabs and what have you, and the Ethiopians and what have you, Allah told him to tell them that you and itself, Allah, was one and the same being. Because they asked Moses what it was, and they said it was the essence of life. It was you. You know? And Moses said, all I could say is, oh, you and I, oh, essence and guide. Have mercy on me. Guide me. Huh? So it was telling Muhammad to tell the people that Lord, that master, that essence, that light, you know, that Moses called Hu and Ha for the guide, the perfect guide being Taha, was the same thing as Allah. And they know over in the East, by their language, that Allah is El-Ah.
Right.
The mixture of the Hebrew language and the Arab language, the ancient Egyptian language. Right. El-Ah. Ah came from Egypt, of our men. Allah said to me a long time ago, you used to be called Amen before you was called human. Many thousands of years ago, before the history of people today, before the history they have saved in the hieroglyphics and things, we were called Amen before we were called human. We were called the breath of mind before we were called the essence of mind. You see? And it's all the same. So El, dressed up, is Allah. And what it does is it creates units. It manifests, not creates, but it manifests units. that people call gods, and they're wrong. The God of thunder. No, Allah is the reality of thunder. The God of rain, the God of, the earth, the God of this, the God of... No, it manifests in all its attributes. Muslims say Allah have 100 attributes. I beg to differ because there's at least 107 that you can see clearly in the Holy Quran. But Allah said that it has innumerable attributes. Now, if you look up the word attribute, it means that which is attributed to something. For everything attributed to life is an attribute of El, an attribute of the breath of life, of Allaah, Allah, an attribute of it. And in those attributes, what it attributes to life is what you see of creation. I said you need to save your soul. Can you lose your soul? Did I say that, people? That's my daughter speaking. She came out of me and my lungs, and she's talking that crazy talk. Where's your mama? I should bash her. No, I never said you could lose your soul. What I said is you cannot lose your soul. You can never lose your soul. How can you lose something you don't have? If anything, your soul could lose you. It has you. When you do wrong, your soul chastises you. The conscience coming from your soul and your spirit and vibrate your being and mess up your solar plexus and your emotions, the house of your emotions and your mind. That's coming from your soul, which is fixed with Allah and righteousness. The soul is always right. It's fixed. It stays. It stays where everything else about you moves and experience life out here. Where the soul is in a high, serene place, man, and a dark space where the greatest secret of your being is at, within the hands and the control of Ahezaah. You understand? So you cannot lose your soul, but you can lose your way to it. Huh? You can lose your direction. You could get lost from the bridge of your soul where you can no longer hear it anymore, or cross it to hear those messages or to get to enlightenment with it. You see? Did I answer your question? So you can't lose your soul, but you get into a lot of trouble about your soul. It's when they talk about losing the soul, they ain't say the whole sentence. Lose your soul connection. Yeah. Yes.
Is the devil, Shaitan, Iblis, is it all one and the same?
Why is the devil asking me that? Why are you asking me that about yourself? You see that? Am I Iblis? Yes. Tell your children I was only joking. I don't want nobody to hurt me when I leave about it. Little man over there going, she is the devil. The devil. Oh boy. Alright, let's oh boy, that's it, I gotta shut up. Oh, you got a question? I'm about to talk. How you gonna shut me up? Alright, go ahead, brother.
Evolution. Did Ahezaah just, create things in the form they are, or did evolution happen?
You sound like a physicist, son. Don't you sound like a gent, right? Evolution is set off by itself. There's no such thing as Allah. I Ahezaah is in control of everything. Ahezaah is the evolver, the great evolver of life. So therefore, evolution is in its hands. That's why you have things still being created today. Things that was never seen. You know? Ahezaah mix what it wills. In my yard, I seen a raccoon cat. I seen a pigeon seagull. In my yard. The other day, I seen a raccoon dog on TV. Up in Russia. A raccoon dog. So Ahezaah mixed what it was. Look at us, Afro-Americans. Ain't nobody in this room looking the same, and we African Americans, we all look different. He trying to get in the mix. Look at that little Filipino up in there. You smile so big. I'm one of you now. No, you ain't one of us. Neither are you, you Spanish bum over there. Umar come through the door and talk about, I'm a nigger. What's that picture? What's that comedian? You know who I'm talking about. He was on planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh, John Kane.
No, Chevy Chase. Steve Martin. Steve Martin. I'm a nigger.
Oh, yeah.
Said, what?
Oh, yeah.
That's when he first came. He said, I'm a nigger.
The jerk.
Go ahead, brother.
There's a lot of stories in the Quran that are paralleled or vice versa in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The Quran, I was questioning about Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the Bible Adam is not considered a prophet, yet in the Quran he's a prophet?
Okay. I wrote something about that today. Last night. Early this morning. I get my days and nights mixed up because, you know, my daughter there, she could tell you when I wrote it. She'd be checking me out. Adam was a community of people. No thing in creation was born just singularly. Those stories that you read are symbolic. They say, what come first, the chicken or the egg? Anybody know? Are you sure? Why are you so sure?
Because the egg comes out of the chicken.
Don't the chicken come out of the egg? She said, maybe, but I ain't getting caught up in that. But Ahezaah, of course, Ahezaah did not create the egg before the chicken. If Ahezaah created the egg before the chicken and the poor chickens hatch, who would feed them?
We'll keep it warm in the hatch.
Who would keep them warm in the hatch? Right. Go ahead, you can keep going with that one, boy. What I tell you, Ahezaah created the chickens, just like it created humanity. We were created as Adam, the first. But do you know what Adam means? Anybody?
It means black.
It means black, dark. Out of Adam, out of the dark, the whole of humanity was created. Out of the dark and brought into the light. And we're not talking about light-skinned people. But out of the dark, out of Adam, we come. Now, Allah created Adam as a community of people. People. Just like it creates everything. You don't see one new creation and then all of a sudden you see all the rest of them. Everything, when it decides that it's going to create something. Now, there were prophets among Adam's family. And as a matter of fact, all humanity is of Adam's family. So, when they talk about the prophet Adam, that's vague. You understand? But when you think about it, they'd be safer saying the messenger and then they wouldn't have an argument with people. But when you think about it, this is the process of Adam and Eve. Adam come forth, Eve go and lead Adam to the devil, like a lot of women do, and accepts the suggestion because the suggestion was of some passion for life. You know, something that was bring emotions. An apple bring emotions. You eat, it's so good. That's emotions. That's reactions inside of emotions. Okay? The devil suggested that to her, the fallen angel. Then Allah came, or manifested itself to them, and let them know that they were seen all the time. They try to cover themselves with knowledge. They say, call it leaves of the book. They try to cover themselves with knowledge when the Lord questioned them. They try to talk their way out of it. You understand? So Allah broke them down and stripped them of everything. Brought them into the light of Christ. Took them down to the kernel of their being. But it wanted humanity to exist. So it gave them chance. That's why we have chance in life. It gave them chance to do right again. Huh? So they were sent back down enlightened. And for all their people, they spoke the message of wisdom. And they was telling their people, if you do this, that, and the other, then this, that, and the other is going to happen. That's prophecy. So it's easy to see how the Muslims would call Adam the prophet. You know? But Adam was first a community of people that continued on, that grew. You know?
Well, that would clear up a lot of, like brother was saying, that would clear a lot of confusion because in the biblical account, they do have you like this man and woman, but then in their time, with all these children, they said they slept with, Eve slept with, wait.
Right.
So there had to be
a community of people.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, because it do give a lot of
There is, like you said in the Bible, sometimes they'll speak singularly.
Then it speak like
plural.
like a bunch of people,
We created man.
Well, let me say this here in defense of the Bible. You read the Bible?
Parts of it.
You read it in what language?
English.
So you've never read the Bible?
No.
Okay, so we clear that up. Good people, you haven't read the Bible if you haven't read it in the language that it was sent down, in the very words that was sent down to the prophets of those books. If you read any other thing, any intermixing with it, you ain't reading it. That's why it's so important for people of this world who don't know Arabic, or who trying to learn Arabic, or who want to believe in the Holy Quran. It's so important for them to get Ahezaah to recite the book to them in their language, so that they can be guided aright. You know the book is right, so what you need something else for? Ask it to guide you aright. And if it guides you to others of its books, to put with that, make you whole, because we are parts of many things in this society. You understand? See, in my upbringing, I needed some things from the Native Americans. My jewelry, for years, I used to wear Native American jewelry when I was young. You know, I mean, I was just inclined to it because I'm of their blood. Huh? You see what I collect, my house, Chinese. Why I do that? Because it's in my blood. Huh? I'm drawn to those things. And I can relate to what Lao Shu and Confucius said. You understand? And I can relate to what was going on with the native prophets and what have you. And I see that I gotta go. Is it a question I gotta go? They raise their hands. People, we gotta go. Our time is up. I hope I answered your questions pretty well.
This
But,
world's
after
going
we cut off the
crazy.
camera,
No
we
ifs,
still gonna
ands,
follow.
buts, or
So
maybes.
now
This world's going crazy. If you don't believe me, then relieve me of these beliefs. Whereby you receive me for understanding to perceive me. For beginners, you got a sharp tongue. That's really a dull one.